Peace to the family, peace to my comrades, and it is always smoke to the COINTELPRO boxing fan. Excuse me, family, I'm a little parched. Let me take a little swig of my drink. I'm gonna Mr. Rogers this thing because I know that tensions are high, and it seems that in the sport of boxing, there are a lot of high emotions. So, you crazy kids, coach is gonna calm you down just a little bit. Come on in to talk to your friendly neighbor, coach of the Truth Tellers. I'm not going to be long because our good sister Sugar Free Mars is actually going live in about 25 minutes. But there are some things that have seemed to have taken place. Salute to my good brother St. Louis Mix in the building. There are some things that have taken place that I want us to reflect on. The reason why many are upset right now is because you put your foot in your own mouth. Starting off with the young brother Shakur Stevenson. Now, Shakur, you can't be double-minded and double-tongued. When brothers addressed you and said that you look foolish being on Aiden Ross's stream, and I find it interesting that the people who were defending him going on Aiden Ross's stream has a problem now with Dean the Great giving Adrian Bronner a platform. Truth be told, what Dean the Great is doing for Adrian Bronner is more than what most of these boxers have done. Not only that, did you all see that all of this fun has been going on? They had a few little spats, but when Tank showed up on the podcast, on the stream, you could feel the vibration and the energy was completely different. About to F up something good that your brother got going on. Now, if you are my brother and you help my brother, I don't care what I got going on. When I come, I'm going to come correct. So that can be a topic for another time. But what I want to point out to you, family, is that the same people who drag Tank Davis, are now getting mad because people are now trying to hold Shakur to the same standard. Now, you're saying everything, but let's fight. You wouldn't shake Foster's hand. You called them a BAN this and BAN that, and Raymond Ford. You still a F ninja, and then yesterday, I'm listening to the brother Bill Haney and the brother Bernie the Boxer on Mill City. And they get to talking about something that quite frankly should not have even touched the airwaves. And that was not of any fault of Bill's. Bernie started speaking about something that we shouldn't be speaking about on these airwaves. And I'm sitting here looking at what we're becoming and what is going on. There was a man by the name of Shakur Foster. Shakur Foster said that if I had a conversation with God. I had a conversation with the Most High. And the Most High, I told the Most High that if you just get me out of this, I will change and give my life to boxing and serve you. And now you keep seeing the young brother Shakur Foster passing test after test. And now the Rat Pack and the Good Old Boy Club in the sport of boxing is getting rattled up. That whole group is now being put on notice. And what you're seeing is a divided house is starting to war against each other. Now I'm going to be brief. Situation. This is a common thing that we see happening. You guys get on YouTube, and as long as you talk about whoever the person is on the black lynching post, whether it's Clarissa, whether it's Devin, whether it's Bud, whether it's Boots, if they see that you are a black figurehead that will cause division, they'll give you your time. They'll let you say whatever. But what they don't talk about, salute Real Spill Midwest Boxing Talk in the building. What they don't talk about is once you face the person you've been talking about and you've been slandering and you've been doing all of this, the person who gave you that platform, they just gonna sit back and let you go at it. They're not gonna come to your defense. So if your whole reputation, if your whole brand is ruined in that moment, now I'm gonna tell y'all something, family. It's okay to have a difference of opinion, but when you see a debate the way Bill Haney and Bernie had, and you saw that every time Bill asked Bernie a question, we're not even going to talk about the weapon incident that never should have been brought up. If Terrence Crawford is your brother, why would you even bring that up on YouTube? When you have a person like Mauricio Suleiman who has it out for your brother, and the powers that be that have it out for him because they feel like that they're owed a few $1 million, why would you even talk about that in the atmosphere? The trouble that meant, see, now I'm going to tell you, I don't know Bill, and I don't know Bernie the boxer, but from the debate that we just watched, the conversation that those two brothers had, this is the conclusion I got. Number one, there was a situation that happened, and it looks like that situation that happened back in the day between Team Bud and the Haneys and things like that, it sounds like Bernie was the catalyst for that. And when you were listening to the debate and you saw how Bernie was reacting to certain things, especially when he started going off, you start putting two and two together to realize, yeah, you know what? You probably are the instigator. You probably were the one that started that because of your mouth. And I'm going to tell you something. And this is the last thing I'm going to say about that debate thing, because that's the type of brother, that's the type of talk that gets the whole crew in trouble. We know what happened. You see, we know what happened. Brings me to my next point. Family, you all see I'm sitting in the boxing ring. You see I'm sitting in my corner. One of the other issues that we're having is what used to be sacred in the boxing gym is no longer sacred. All of these beefs that you see going on right now that are turning ugly is because somebody in somebody's gym decided to leave those doors and run their mouth. Nobody should even know about what happened with that. The only reason why Shakur really has issues with Dev and Foster, the only reason why he has that bitterness towards them is those are the only two fighters that people say at some point got the best of him. That is the irrefutable fact. It is the irrefutable fact. He was friends with them at one point. They were cool at one point. So you have to ask yourselves, well, what happened? What happened for you to be taking a picture with Oshaki Foster and now y'all not cool no more? What happened for you and Dev and to be cool and you know it's Pops, right? All of these things that happen and you not pay no attention to it and now y'all are not friends. All of this is about is the reputation that these fighters got the best of you. They won't bow down to you. They won't join the clique with you. So you have it out for them. You sent Raymond Ford in front of your work. You see what I'm saying? And this is what happened. Now, To the slick black fighters, if you all keep fighting fighters who are flat-footed, who don't give you a challenge, eventually, mark my words, eventually you run into an O'Shaquie Foster. If Raymond Ford is my little bro, and Foster is a 34-year-old grown man with enough skill to hang with me, why would I throw Raymond Ford in front of me? That's an unnecessary loss. And we don't even know the damage that has been done to his body through that fight. You see, those are the type of fights where you jump out he fell out the ring. He got knocked out the ring, right? He takes some bruises and bumps during the fight. You don't know the damage that has been done. Salute Nata 86 in the building. So now you got Shakur cussing out Antonio Tarver on Instagram. You got Shakur on Twitter, right? Salute Jerry Green. You got him on Twitter. So my question is, Shakur, you told us that when we said, how do you not know what's up with Aiden Ross and them and the racist streamers you're going on, and you don't know what's up? You said you don't be on social media like that. You said you don't follow social media enough to know what's going on. But the last few days since you've been in your feelings, you on everybody's posts. You on everybody's posts talking to legends like you lost your mind. Talking to Antonio Tarver like you lost your mind. You have not once. See, you brothers pick and choose. And I'm talking about a specific group of brothers. A specific group of and do you all notice how all of them act the same? Hitchens, Shakur, Ford, Zaquan Moses, who I hope does not follow in their footsteps. They have no smoke for the racist Latino fighter. None. None. But when it comes to another brother that doesn't want to be a part of their clique and doesn't want to bow down, it's rah-rah this, rah-rah that. It's time to get these dudes up out of here. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, St. Louis Mix. St. Louis in the mix. Keyshawn, too. You all will get on your knees and suck up the slop from Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn and Teofimo Lopez and Teo Sr. and all of that. But you have no smoke for them. Brother, you could have got in that ring and shook his hand. I'm still waiting. While we were watching that yesterday, and those of you that caught the debate on Mill City Boxing Talk, if you caught it, let me see how much time we got. If you caught it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm still waiting for Bernie to have that smoke that he had yelling and rah-rahing with Bill towards these racist Latinos in the sport of boxing who talk about Shakur, who talk about Bud like some dogs. Shakur, Tio told you, huh? Salute to Joseph Towns in the building. If you can't shake a man's hand, you can't trust him. Exactly. Teofimo Lopez told you that he would grape you and make you love it. And you didn't spaz out, but you ready to spaz on Foster, somebody who actually helped you in the past, gave you work to help you get ready for a fight. So what's happening is, family, while you're seeing all these guys getting upset and they're really getting out the bag, is the walls are closing in on them. The walls are closing in. See? The walls are closing in on Shakur. The walls are closing in on Keyshawn. The walls are closing in on that whole crew. Now I'm going to tell you why they're hurting themselves, behaving the way they're behaving. All that rah-rah means nothing if you are not testing yourself. All of that rah-rah means nothing if you go to the 10th round and the corner's telling you, the commentators are telling you, the crowd is telling you, you got to win these last two. You got to win these last two. Salute Isaiah W. You got to win these last two. And you get out there and you do this. You don't go take it from the old lion. Take that W from the old lion. You just survive. You see, all of that energy that you had mentally, you didn't really have it. All that energy that you had at the press conference, and ooh, I can't wait, and you were F ninja this, and see? So what we're starting to see is when you all, and I have to say this to the BA fighters, if you all move and continue to move that way, when it's time for you to face adversity, all of you Negroes talking about we don't need fathers and we don't need that daddy stuff, you're going to pay a price for it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, fam. At this point, I didn't realize how big Shakur was until I saw him standing next to Foster. I didn't realize how big Keyshawn was until I saw him standing next to Lamont. If Devin was still fighting at 140 or 135 and looked that big standing next to those guys, which he does, you all will be dragging him, calling him a weight bully. That is a fact. You will be dragging him. Let me say something else. If Bill Haney would have talked about an incident involving a weapon, you all will be calling him snitch. You will be calling him an agent. You all will be calling him COINTELPRO. But because it's somebody else having that energy towards him, you all are double-minded and double-tongued. And that's why you every few months you keep looking stupid. Do you all notice the pattern? You all notice the pattern of the truth teller? We're telling you what's happening, okay? We're telling you why it's not going to work out in your favor, okay? And the reason why it's not is the energy and the frequency you're on and the way you're moving. Don't tell me you don't need that father crap and you don't have guidance. Don't tell me what you don't need, and when you get in trouble in the ring, you don't know what to do. Don't tell me what you don't need. You get to the 10th round, you got an 11 and 12 to run. Raymond Ford could have at least pulled off a draw if he would have just went after it in the 11th and 12th round. But you were so worried about getting embarrassed. You were so worried about that. You care more about being able to send a tweet saying he's still an F ninja. We have to remove this poison in our top BA fighters who are trying to bring this new punk street mentality. It ain't even the real old school gangster mentality, because you see, Sonny Liston was a gangster. You understand? But that mind frame from back in the day, y'all ain't got that today. You want to talk trash, you want to run your mouth, and then you get in the ring. I'm gonna say something else. This is when I knew we was in a punk ass generation. I saw Clarissa Shields call in to some brother. It was on Cigar Boxing Talk. And Clarissa Shields was dragged. She wasn't talking to Najee. She was talking to this other brother. She was dragging the brother, pointing out his hypocrisy, his inconsistencies, and he couldn't hang. She said, I just wanted to check your temperature. Few days later, now that they're not on the panel, the same brother is dragging her and she can't defend herself. I said, this is a punk A generation that we're in. And this is what they're trying to turn boxing into. But my God, let me tell y'all about my God. My God said no. This has to come to a stop. And then Hitchens and Shakur, that whole crew up there. All of this, man, we was laying together and you was there for me when my family needs you, and like, damn, man, do y'all need to become R&B singers? Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me, cause I was wrong. Shakur, we don't know what to do without you. It is disgusting, brothers. You're fighters. Stop it. You're warriors. Cut it out. Cut it out. Real fighters. We real brothers. We're gonna put money in each other's pockets. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna move. Something else, family. Stop running your mouth about street stuff that might have happened in the gym because the wrong people are listening. This is how COINTELPRO plays on the people. This is how agents play on the people. This is how the Ghetto Information Program plays on the people. And if you see somebody doing it, stop talking to them. That debate last night could have easily, and those who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It could have easily got somebody in trouble. Because what y'all don't realize is, while you're running your mouth, there are people who are felons, who are on probation, who maybe can't be around what you're talking about. Shut up. Stop talking about what's going on in the boxing gym. If it was squashed, leave it in the boxing gym. But this is the strange, weird, bad boys club generation of boxing we're living in. So the walls are closing in, and now you all are getting upset. Did you all think that once we held Tank accountable, that those of you who want Shakur to be able to move the same way, that he was going to be able to hide under and move differently? No Black American fighter, no matter what you call yourself, no matter if you try to call yourself Puerto Rican, you cannot miss the mantle that is meant for you to carry if you are going to be on the front line. If you are going to be at the upper echelon of BA fighters. You're going to carry the same weight as Ali. You're going to carry the same weight as Joe Louis. And if not, this system is going to chew you up and spit you out like mud. And if you weird dudes who are all of a sudden acting like y'all are just so close brothers, the mainstream is not going to have it because you all are liars. If you all really cared about brotherhood, you wouldn't turn on your other brothers like that. Just because you all are from the same place, if you all are professional boxers, you should behave like some type of camaraderie until it's time to go against each other. You all don't even want to do that. You all will form this Voltron crap just to keep a blackball another brother, not a Latino. Y'all give them shots back to back to back, but you all will form a Voltron to block out Dev, and then when Bill Haney calls you all out and tries to have those conversations face to face or on whoever's panel, y'all get pissed off because he points out the hypocrisy in what you're talking about. See? And now we know, to my brother St. Louis Mix's point, we know what kind of man you are. So family, I'm not going to be long. I just wanted to tell you all. Things are, what did I tell you all on Saturday? I said this week, things are going to get ugly. It didn't even wait till Monday. Sunday night, it was already on. People are hiding their emotions. They're getting pissed off because they're starting to realize that the clique is never bigger than the program. The clique is never bigger than the program. And you brothers do not get to be at the top and not carry the weight that has been set forth for us to carry. It's just not going to happen. So our good sister Sugar Free Mars is live. You all make sure you go over there and tune in. But everybody stay tuned because it's just the beginning. This week is going to get even uglier. And now that Tank is back and he's talking his crap, Abdullah Mason's about to fight Cordina. We have a 135 division and a 140 division that is about to get shook up. It's about to get shook up. St. Louis Mix, that is very true. That did happen. But that's the character of these dudes. That is the character. But you all check out that brother that I posted on my channel. I told you all, down here we're working on something. And you ain't got to worry about once these brothers go pro. You ain't got to worry about this weird stuff y'all see these dudes got going on. That I can promise you. Peace to the family. Peace to my comrades. And it is always smoke to the Coin Pro Boxing fan.